What is going on, everyone? Part 2 of Investing 101. Are you ready? In the red corner, Dividend. In the blue corner, growth stock. Are you ready?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Now that we've made it past part 1, we're going to quickly move into part 2. What I'm going to discuss in part 2 is the difference between dividend stocks and growth stocks. And I think that's very important, especially now that we're starting to purchase stocks. We're going to talk about growth stocks. Growth stocks typically are going to give you bigger returns, and they're going to be something that you're going to put your efforts into as far as trying to get your maximum gain when it comes to earning your profits. Stocks can be extremely volatile. They can go up pretty quickly based on news, and they can drop off dramatically with news as well. Definitely say that a growth stock is for an investor who is definitely looking to risk. The term growth fits growth stock perfectly, and the reason is because a lot of companies that are coming into being established are new, and their stock is going to be extremely volatile. Investors don't really care for intrinsic value when it comes to a growth stock. As long as that money keeps going up and you're seeing profits, most people don't really care. Give you an example of one of the biggest stocks that's considered a growth stock would be Amazon. Another one that's probably equally right there with it is going to be Netflix. Those are two perfect examples of growth stocks. They don't pay dividends, but those are two companies that are excelling right now, especially during these times that we're going through. Obviously, Amazon has its hand in everything, and with everyone being at home, Netflix is definitely excelling. I can't tell you one person I have talked to that is not watching Netflix right now. Now it is time for the dividend stocks. Dividends are going to be a little bit less aggressive, but they're going to be a lot more stable in the long term. Stocks are typically companies that have been established for a long period of time. They've been around for a long time. And to be specific on what a dividend actually is so a company is distributing out to its investors a certain amount of money, whether it's monthly or quarterly, and that's based on earnings. One of the benefits of a dividend stock is kind of what we're going through right now, where we're in a bear market, kind of in a recession. Those dividend stocks tend to basically stay level. They're not going to jump up extremely high, and they're not going to dip off extremely low. They're going to stay pretty consistent, and they're going to pay you a dividend. A couple examples of dividend companies. Number 1 would be Johnson & Johnson, and number 2 would be Procter & Gamble. Both companies have been around for a long time, and both companies pay dividends. So like I talked about in one of my previous videos, I really reassessed my setup and how I was doing things in my 401k brokerage side, and then my individual TD Ameritrade, swing trading, day trading type account. What I did is on my 401k Charles Schwab brokerage account, I started to purchase everything dividend related. So I invested in the Dow 30, and I got into as much of the Dow 30 as I possibly could, and my entire attempt was to get 5 of each. And like I said previously, I was able to get some more of those companies because earlier on I just started purchasing those stocks just because I really saw what those companies were doing well before I even started making this plan. My TD side, where I swing trade mostly, what I do there is I typically look at growth stocks. So I'll look at companies like Tesla, like I earlier mentioned, Amazon, and also like Netflix, things like that, and to where I can kind of hold those and it may only be for a day or two, and then I'm going to get rid of them to make a profit. Hopefully this video helped you in some way, and if it did, smash that like button. And like I always say, if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep the content flowing. And as always, have a good day.